there, YouTubers, and welcome back to Some Day Is Now with Martha and Russ. Sometimes you pull into a campground and immediately know you've found something special. Today, we're visiting Fort McAllister State Park, just outside Richmond Hill, Georgia, where towering live oaks, Spanish moss, and over 130 years of history come together in one beautiful place. So let's get checked in and see what makes this one of our favorite stops on the East Coast. Fort McAllister State Park is only a few miles off Interstate 95, making it a perfect overnight stop for travelers heading north or south. But honestly, this is one of those places that's worth staying for several days. The campground is peaceful, heavily wooded, and feels much more secluded than you might expect. The sites are spacious with plenty of shade, something we definitely appreciate in the Georgia sun. The campground offers water and electric hookups, clean bathhouses, laundry facilities, and plenty of room to relax. Everywhere you look, you'll find massive live oak trees draped with Spanish moss, creating that classic coastal Georgia atmosphere. It's quiet here. Instead of traffic, you're more likely to hear birds singing and squirrels running through the trees.
Down here we have the boat launch. Beautiful morning here in the Savannah, Georgia area, here at Fort McAllister State Park, near Richmond Hill, of course, which is a bedroom community of Savannah, Georgia. Gorgeous salt marsh. The Savage Island Pier.
Can't figure out what this is about. If
Well,
you
they
catch
tagged it, and
I guess
want you
they're
to let them know if you catch one that's been tagged.
Yeah, they're following.
So they can keep track of it. Very cool. The Ogeechee River. Wow, so you've got your floating dock, fish cleaning stations, where all those fish are gonna catch. That's not cormorants, I don't believe. All right, Martha's debating crap. That's the subject for today. If you know what this crap is, leave it in the comments below. We're just dying to know what that is. Oh, alcohol prohibited.
Yeah.
I'm sure these boaters are gonna follow that. We all know how conscientious they are. Right, Miss Martha? So, I actually really like brackish areas.
Somebody likes Janet Ivanovich.
Well, she's kind of like John Grisham. She writes a book about every 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a nom de plume.
I did what in your British?
A nom de plume. They're probably.
Meaning lightweight fodder for old ladies with little dogs to sit around and read.
A nom de plume, that's somebody writing under another pseudonym.
Oh, all right. Site 17. Huge pull through. This thing's got to be what, Martha? 150 feet long or so? Crazy. You could get 4 rigs in here.
I don't see that they left me some.
Site 17 has sewer.
I'm gonna go out and check out the Magnolia Trail here at Fort McAllister State Park in Georgia. Come along with me. I may have ridden my bike up here, but we're only here for a couple nights, so we didn't want to take them down. Apparently this is a fitness trail, so we'll see what there is to do along the way. Hi. Hello. This was the first exercise. Hop like a brown thrasher. I hope nobody sees me. I look really silly doing this. My next challenge is doing push-ups like a gopher tortoise. I might do that back at the rig. The next stop is the Black Bear. And this is basically doing toe touches 20 times in a row. I guess because the black bears can stand on 2 legs or 4. Okay. The next exercise is do some jumping jacks like a big brown bat. They can spread their wings or fold them down by their sides. So I'll do some jumping jacks. I'm coming out to a clearing. Looks like maybe a parking area. Oh, I guess this is where I started. Okay. Well, it wasn't 1.3 miles. That's for sure. This by accident. There's a washer and a dryer here. 3 1/4 to wash, 3 1/4 to dry. Kind of steep, but when you need to do laundry, you need to do laundry. And here's the ladies' room near the ADA sites. Looks like a couple bathroom stalls and a couple showers. Very clean. Can't complain about that.
So if you're visiting the Savannah, Georgia area on the coast, heading down to Florida, or you're going through Savannah, I would say definitely check out Fort McAllister State Park. It's a fun, informative little state park with a lot of history. Highly recommended. Check it out. Destruction of the CSS Nashville. Confederate blockade runner Nashville, renamed Rattlesnake, was destroyed by the monitor Montauk. February 28, 1863, after she went aground on a sandbar in a hairpin bend off the Ogeechee River. The engagement was a 3-way battle with the guns of the fort firing on the Montauk and the Montauk concentrating on the Nashville. The wreck of the Nashville lies in the direction of the arrow, approximately 1,200 yards. Interesting. So in 1960, they took the parts from the sunken ship and brought them up here. Very cool. Let's check it out.
The real highlight of this park is Fort McAllister itself. Built to defend Savannah during the Civil War, the earthenwork fort survived repeated Union naval attacks before finally being captured by General William T. Sherman's troops during his famous March to the Sea. Walking through the fort feels like stepping back in time.
And so this fort is a series of these underground mounds where they were able to avoid the bombardments from the northern ships. Interesting. It's called the Tomcat Garrison mascot. The sole Confederate fatality after 7 hours of intensive bombardment. It's the garrison mascot. The death of the cat was deeply regretted by the men, and news of the fatality was communicated to General Beauregard in the official report of the action. Aw, kitty cat got killed. You heartless Yankees. Killing that rebel cat. Let's see what we got in here. Ah, the quarters. underground. Quite amazing. Wow, look how big it is. Incredible. And you can go all through this. I think I'm all set. I don't want to come up on a snake. This seems like a good place for a snake to hide out. Very cool. Very cool indeed. It's too bad it's such a yucky day today, but hey, it is what it is. This place is massive. Captain Nicholas Clinch, and called upon by a Union officer to surrender during Sherman's assault in December of 1864. Clinch responded with a blow of his sword. After 3 saber, 6 bayonet, and 2 gunshot wounds, he was taken. He's a tough old rebel. Look at that big gun over there in the corner. Whoa. Can you just imagine during the battle with those big old cannonballs flying in? These guys hiding out in here. Incredible. This was the magazine, which is where they keep the munitions. The gunpowder, musket balls, etc. Wow. Quite a place. All right. Fort McAllister. How fun. I'm glad I came down. This is great. Captain John McCready was the designer of the fort from Charleston. Went to Harvard, etc., etc. Accomplished officer. The nasty weather here, but I'm braving it for you guys. There's the cannon, and then you go underneath in the tunnels. So when the northern forces would come up, they couldn't get past this fort. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty ominous looking gun. These mounds. Let's check it out.
If history isn't your thing, there are plenty of nature trails, fishing opportunities, and beautiful views along the Ogeechee River. It's the kind of place where slowing down comes naturally. After exploring the fort itself, we made our way through the Civil War Museum, and it was the perfect way to wrap up our visit. Seeing the authentic uniforms, weapons, photographs, and personal artifacts really puts a human face on the history we had just walked through. The exhibits explain how Fort McAllister withstood repeated Union naval attacks before finally falling during Sherman's march to the sea in 1864. If you visit the park, don't skip the museum. It adds a whole new perspective to everything you've seen outside. And if you're a Civil War buff, you will really get a lot out of this. If you're traveling along I-95 or exploring coastal Georgia, Fort McAllister State Park deserves a spot on your list. We absolutely enjoyed our stay and wouldn't hesitate to come back. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments if you've camped here or if it's now on your bucket list. Until next time, remember, someday is now.